I've seen that several times now. Oh shit, hang on. Is my shout out working anymore? Aha! I don't know why it's not working for myself, but... Should be... I don't think it shouldn't be a, not a mod. Yeah, but I want it to be working for VIPs too. I don't mind that being working for VIPs. I will fix that, because that's actually what fucked up my stream. It was heckin' mega! Oh my god.
Kusaki,
thank you for the resub!
Kusaki one tail.
Oh heck, 8 months. Jeez, oh, has it been that long? Fucking hell. Fucking hell. That command. Alright, I'm gonna fix the shout out command. I want shout out to work. There we go. Try it now, Helena. Aha. Aha. Aha.
All of his co-workers were gone.
All
What
right.
did it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Ah, the embrace of an old friend. A
Bucket.
withered companionship.
Okay,
that
no,
stands the
that's
test of
illegal.
time.
Why are you doing that?
Stanley
All right, we need to find
tightly
these
to his chest,
Stanley
and
things.
the door on his left.
There will be a reward for finding them all. How can we find them? How can we find them? A large room, lots of boxes. Stairs, something to do with stairs. Somewhere below. Where had stairs? Because I know the other two. The boxes room is in the right door. And the blue and red door are also on the right door. So I can't get them till I do another playthrough. Why did that not work? Did I just eat it? Thank you for the follow. I am gold. Stairs. Where would stairs be? I don't know what the... Hang on. No, I can redeem them. The stairs to the boss? You reckon? Because I've got the one inside the boss's room already. Okay, now why is that not working? Does the throw work? Going into the void. No, Luna. No, Luna. No! Please don't make me do reps. Please don't make me do reps. Please don't make me do reps. No. Oh, no. Okay, hang on. Working now. But like, I can refund you. Alright. Alright. We'll do it. I added a Stanley Parable alert, actually. Okay, I'll do the rep. I'll do the reps. I'll do the reps. But I don't wanna. Where is it? Okay, 146. Alright. I was gonna go for a walk today, but the rain said no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hang on. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, it's only 15. 16. A good measure. There, you get me proving I actually did it. You get me proving I actually did it. Uh-huh. That's pad go. There we go. All right, you guys happy? I did them. I did them, and I proved I did them. I didn't just count. Actually did it. Out of all the issues that are easy to fix, the VTuber stuff is pretty easy. It just requires a shutdown and restart. The other thing was just like, oh my god. If I lose all of that, I lose this, I lose this, I lose this, I lose this, I lose this. And this? Okay, stairs. Maybe I'll go down the stairs? I don't know. No.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You
Okay, I went up the stairs last time. What if I go down the stairs?
To the boss's office.
Yes!
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think,
Figlies!
Stanley? What name better
Figlies!
encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
I'm sure it will come to me. Oh, you're all good, Luna. Is that a bucket? Yes! Yes, it's my bucket. You can't take the bucket away from me. It's my comfort bucket. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this, aren't I? Alright, well, you get to see the bucket thing.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed.
Oh.
Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me! The bucket!
The bucket.
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room,
Me, the
passing by
oh.
one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley! Find me!
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket.
No, he had no bucket.
He'd gone mad.
He killed him.
Ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion. And
Thanks for the host,
all
Roddy.
just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought
where's
to
my
herself,
bucket?
My life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
She backflipped all the way to work.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. The bucket made Stanley want to be
Okay, so the last two thingies
in time, perhaps,
were
he would become both
somewhere
of
to
those
do
things.
with
Stanley clutched the bucket
this way.
tightly to his. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Thank you, bucket.
No, never mind.
Thank you,
The
bucket.
bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
How the fuck do I get there? It's there. Ah. Oh. Oh no.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Very soon, you'll collect
Figler
the
and
first
Marines?
number, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
Okay. Now what? We'll die if I go down there. I've never been down here. What? Oh. What is this? What is this?
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore.
Oh, it wasn't my PC, my
The longer
streaming
I
program stopped
study
working.
this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down.
Whoa.
It doesn't make
I kind of want to come back to this room without the
There's
bucket and see
no
what happens.
explanation for it.
Because I haven't been in this room before.
I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure?
Keep the bucket to yourself, mate.
I can monetize it.
Monetize it.
Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there? Caporata.
What the fuck? Hey Grant, everything fixed. Is that one of the endings? Holy shit! Okay, I need to figure out what that ending is
All of his
without
co-workers were gone.
the
What
bucket.
could it mean? Stanley decided to
Alright, I'm
go
gonna
to
leave the
meeting
bucket
room.
there this
Perhaps he
time.
had
I
simply
want to
missed
see
the
what's
memo.
there. I've not done that ending before. Yeah, because that was in reverse.
Stanley came to a set
Alright,
of
I'm gonna
two
quickly
open
go there
buckets. This was
again.
not the correct way
Because
to the
literally
meeting room,
everything
and
changes
Stanley knew
depending
it
on if you're holding the
perfectly
bucket or not.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. But eager
There's
to
a
get
couple of
back to
different endings
business,
I want to try that I
Stanley
have
took the
done, but I
first
haven't
open
done with the
door on his
bucket.
left.
Alright, I'm gonna try that
Stanley
again.
was so bad
No
at
bucket this
following
time.
directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Alright, let's see what's in there without the bucket. Because it should be completely different.
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off.
You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do.
What the fuck?
Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
Is that it? Oh my god. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Okay, there's a couple of
What could it
different
mean?
paths on this on the
Stanley
right
decided to go
side
to the
I want to
meeting
try
room.
without the
Perhaps he had
bucket
simply
that I
missed a
haven't done
memo.
yet because I got so distracted by the side quests through that door when I could access them.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire.
Okay, remember how
it.
there was the red and blue doors?
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But
I know there's
eager
a
to get back to
there's a
business,
Stanley
Stanley
figurine
took the
there,
first open
but
door on his left.
I haven't tried the red door. I tried the blue door where it led to the whole everything breaking
Stanley
and
was so
stuff.
bad at following directions. It's
But I haven't tried the
incredible he
red
wasn't
door.
fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been...
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door, and there it is. The last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment.
I got all of
This
them.
is doing something just for the sake of doing it.
Oh,
Where
good.
so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Cool. Red door.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley?
Going in circles.
I wanted to stop.
Going in circles.
We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you. What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it?
What
if
is
we
it?
just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy. No, wait. Where are you going? Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Good.
Yo.
Good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
Hey Ace, how you going? Alright, well what happens if I go back?
No. What do we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here.
You know, I haven't gone to the bucket area, this area with the buckets before.
You are going to stay here, aren't you?
Nope.
You heard me before, didn't you? You will die. What about this isn't getting through to you? Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley.
Whee!
No!
Oh!
Thank God. You lived.
Alright, well,
You
do it
had me
again.
worried there for a moment. No. What are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this? Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
Did the pat sound work? Hang on. Ah. Are you guys hearing the pat sounds? Action. Ow. Well, I heard that. Oh. Huh, all my sounds aren't working. Okay, that's fine. I'll fix that later. Ugh. Sylvie sounds in that aren't working. That's all good. I can fix that pretty easy. Megaworks. Okay. Why does Sylvixen not work? Okay, it's only Sylvie. That is easy to fix. Delete of action. Hi, Mega. Ooh. Zephora should just work. There we go, that won't work. You're sewing. So this. Alright, I will grab. What? Meow 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 meow. Does the Mega one normally make that sound? Yeah. The Mega one? Which one? Can you hear that? There we go. Alright, that's working now. Anyway, time to jump again.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over
Thank
to
you.
get rid
You've
of it?
said didn't
You're
want to
literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation
Box make a
correctly?
computer sound. No, that was me actually doing something on the computer.
Yes, perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about. I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
Can I? Also, thank you for another gift set to Ronnie. Rawness. Is it
No,
rawness or
perhaps
rawny?
not.
I always accidentally. Is the S silent or not? Rawness. Okay. There we go. I've been fucking it up the whole time. No one said anything. I don't know why I thought the S was silent. Alright, ready, guys?
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask.
It's the only way to get this
It
ending.
looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Aw, I don't want to make him sad, but also he's really annoying because he never shuts up. Alright. Ready?
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Alright, I want to see what happens if we have the bucket in the red room. The blue room. Blue room? Yeah, the blue room. Whoa! Oh, that's not normal. Where's the balloons?
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines, those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but would you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Alright. Now remembering when Stanley found the collectibles.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Yo, 7!
And here was the second Stanley. You found this one all on your own just by poking around behind the boss's office. You did that, Stanley.
I did that.
I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways. Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini stand? Can you remember?
Yes, it was under the boss's stairs, in the bathroom.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here in the boss's bathroom. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
What?
Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh, well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
Are you sure, Mr. Narrator? Because I've never seen this room before. The Figley room. Don't tell Gar. There's a fig. Giant fig. Someone tell Gar there's a giant fig.
This was the 5th mini-stand, and this one was really something special. It was in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Yo! I love the intentional graininess. Windows Movie Maker. The fucking clip art. Holy shit. Holy shit. The Shutterstock watermark.
Right here. Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else. And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected.
They're all
It
collected.
was a moment unlike any other.
Unlike any other.
Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Okay, it doesn't matter. You are in the present.
And then there was no
That's
more,
trippy.
because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone. No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Anything else? No, it's just the TV always says you were in the past, but that says you are in the present. That's trippy. It's the fern! I'm remembering every inch of it. Exactly as I remember. Exactly. Andy?
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct
and clear in my mind.
Let's keep going.
Keep going, I want more. Just reading what he says. I've not done this before.
And
I might just have to
here's
do this in
where I made that
reverse.
video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
I don't want to watch it again. What the fuck? Oh my god.
I love that video.
Jesus Christ. Thanks for the 1,000 biddies, Grant. The timing with the fucking video starting up, I thought that was part of the game. I'm like, when the fuck did this get a jump scare? Holy shit. Holy shit. I was like, why does Stanley Parable have a FNAF scare? Thank you, Grant. Oh my god, that scared the shit out of it. Yeah. That was funny as fuck. Oh my god. The fucking timing on that. The fucking timing on that. Oh, I don't hear that often, but when I do, I... Exactly. Oh my god. Back to the fig room.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one.
Yeah,
Good
neither.
room, though. A solid room.
I like it. I like it, Mr. Narrator. Back to the toilet.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them.
Are you sure?
I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
What if I go this way? It simply won't let me. Perfect, Grant,
This was
perfect.
our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going. This is it. The
narrator
first
has
one
some
we found
issues.
in the exhibit where I introduced you to the Figlerines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
That's new. Collectibles. Can I jump again?
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories.
More?
Oh, yes, the two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
Classic memory. They both go to the same. They both go to the same. It's just my
And
office.
before everything else, there was your office. Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness.
What?
And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me.
What?
He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but
Lies,
it
exactly.
was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Alrighty.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps. And not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky indeed. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Nope.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind.
The bucket was wrong.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. A cargo lift, yeah, good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him.
It's
It should
speaking
have
to me.
alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked. No, stop. Look there on the wall, you see? There's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not
What?
addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't
Ow.
a bucket.
Maybe the
Please,
follow.
Step in here for a moment.
Oh. But so no red and blue doors.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll
Yes.
ever need to know about what is or is
Or isn't
not
a bucket.
Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 2. Is this a bucket? Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
What?
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Correct. This
Yes!
is a bucket. Item 4. Is this a bucket?
That's a tractor.
Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket. To be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you.
I mean, it
Thank you
could be
for
a
not
bucket if
making
you
me look
tried.
like an idiot. Okay, next one.
Should have said it yeah. I should have said yeah.
Is this a bucket?
No, it's a tractor again.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
What? No, it's not.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
What?
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
Very confused.
Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket.
Yes,
which of
everything's
course
a
is
bucket,
not true,
narrator.
Unless... Is that what you think?
Yes.
Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying
Yes.
to tell me that you believe everything
Yes.
is a bucket?
Yes.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
Yes, you're a bucket. Yes.
Stanley, I can't keep doing this.
No, you were a
I'm
bucket.
losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart.
No.
I can't have that. I'm sorry.
You were not
I'm
taking my
going to
bucket.
erase all buckets
No.
from the game entirely. Okay, here we go. What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket?
Yes.
Every single thing in the game was
Yes.
a bucket.
Everything was a bucket.
Oh God, I had no idea. How could... Except me.
You're
I'm
not a bucket.
after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's still
Yeah, there's
delightful
nothing-
to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go. How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great. It takes a lot of humility to carry a bucket so magnificent. Stanley checked his ego and then proceeded onward. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
This room reset
Still
now?
no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Somewhat,
Stepping into
yeah.
his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for this. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation. The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
I'm gonna click
Lights
yes on the
rose
button
on an
instead this
enormous
time.
room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's
Yes.
influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of
Yeah,
the
this is the new one.
operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle. But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly, an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds.
Birds.
Silly, silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
It's Natey! It's Natey!
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the
Birds!
bucket known this all along?
Birds!
Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best.
God damn.
And Stanley was happy.
White poggers. I want to check something. Oops. What? Um. Now what? Oh. 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 What the hell? Hey Forrest, some of my sounds aren't working. I'm not sure why. I need to go fix that. Ow! How you doing? Oh, hell yeah. I don't know. The bucket, yeah. I just read that. Sorry if it... Jesus.
Jin. 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 Jin.
Gym buttons. Returned.
Jin. 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 Stanley. 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 Jin. 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 Stanley.
Oh my god. Secret button? Here they all are. I must collect them all. Must collect them all. What's down here? Thank you for enjoying the new content. It's the boot up guy. Hello again. Nice to see you. But it's terrible to learn that it'll never be another Stanley Parable game. Do you read what the developer said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise. What nonsense. Oh. Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Put this franchise in the ground, drag it through the mud and back. And if people hate it, who cares? The narrator was the problem. He's so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make it his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. Not hard. In fact, let me show you. We got to make the Stanley Parable 3. All we need to do is change the number on the game's title screen. Also, we really need a really subtitle for the game. Something loud and gaudy. Go ahead. Try combining some random words together to make a new title for our game. Pocket full of monkeys. Stanley Parable 3, Pocket full of monkeys. It's absurd. I love it. Every time you restart the game, we'll advance the number of the sequel by 1 and pick a new subtitle. What? It will just work with the same content recycled again and again and again with a new title screen. What do you say? Should we forward with this plan? I like it, but I want you to have a say. Do it. Since you're giving Faith my idea, I feel like giving you something as well. See, I'm noticing the narrator never found a way to give you the broken achievement, did he? Of course, I wouldn't expect you to know how. Didn't bother me. Let's fix it. Achievement machine will fix. Put this together. Keep going. Keep this train rolling. Stanley Parable cannot end, it can only spiral in on itself forever. I must keep the wheel turning. Ready? Are you ready? Yes. There's only one last thing we need to do. Please enter the current time. What the fuck? That's fucking incredible. Oh my god. What the fuck?
This is the story.
That's amazing.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
What the
Perhaps he
fuck?
Stanley cradled the bucket in a gentle embrace, protective yet delicate, assertive yet compassionate. Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please step inside.
I didn't do this last
and see
time
what
with the bucket,
thrilling
did
new
I?
Adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Wait, Stanley, I've just now realized. That bucket you're holding, it's the bucket I've been working on for my sequel. How did you get your hands on it? Isn't this the preview to the sequel? How do you have the bucket already? This makes no sense at all. Hold on. Did I already show you my ideas for the sequel? I don't remember doing that at all. You're seeing things all out of order.
He's on to me.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle. The infinite hole, the giant door. Did you see them already? Stanley, none of them are ready yet. I'm still developing them. They're not even close to finished.
He knows.
How did they look when you saw them? Were they captivating? Were they exciting? Did they fulfill on the promise of everything that a sequel to Stanley Parable could possibly be? Had I figured out how the hell to make a sequel to this game? Wait, if you're still carrying the bucket around with you, if the bucket is interesting to you, that means I must have made it correctly. Yes.
It's the
carrying
gifts and the
bucket with
PG
you
glass world.
everywhere is exactly what I set out to accomplish. The bucket is the exciting and captivating new content that I promised. I did it! I win! I made a sequel to the Stanley Parable. Yes, the sign is correct. Thank you for enjoying the new content. Thank you for taking the bucket everywhere with you, clinging tightly to the bucket, never letting it go. It means I've won. It means I am victorious over the gamers. It is a sweet sound
Over the
of victory on my
gamers?
soul. Thank you for enjoying the new content. The bucket is the Stanley Parable now. They are one and the same. There is no Stanley Parable without the bucket. I win, 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 I win.
No, if I didn't have the bucket the first time. Wait. Wait. Is that it?
Stanley's bucket. The only co-worker he would ever truly need.
Thanks for the follow, awesome Foxy. Why? Want to go to the expo hole with the bucket. Also, heckin'! They give it another gift sub. Holy heck! What are you doing?
You see, Stanley,
What are you doing?
I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Yes, I've seen this, but not with the bucket.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Another bucket!
Wait,
2 buckets!
There are 2 buckets here. How did you get a second bucket? Oh no, the warmth and comfort of a single bucket is already so great, so intoxicatingly wonderful. With 2 buckets, there's no telling. Stanley, can you still hear me? Are you with me? Stanley! Oh, thank God, I didn't lose you. Stanley, the power of 2 buckets was too much. I had to destroy both of them. I know how much the bucket meant to you, but I couldn't take the risk. I hope one day you can forgive me.
No more buckets. My life is over. No more buckets! What now? What now?
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think?
I can get the achievement. Hey, Fluffy Duck!
But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It's now here's something special. You remember that broken test
Yeah, he said he
that got
fixed it,
left in
didn't
the
he?
game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
I did
As
it!
you can see, the machine is not working yet since... What? Wait, what in the holy hell is going on? You got the achievement? Why did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Is someone here? Are we being watched? Oh, God. Composure, composure. Yes, as you can see, the machine is working as normal, as I intended. It truly speaks to the awe-inspiring magic of the Stanley Parable 2. Breathe. Just breathe. What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
I wonder if all of these are different now. I can't believe we got it. Can I change the balloon?
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use
I won't let me jump because I've used all my jumps.
like balloons.
There was a
But I'm
count,
undecided
like,
on Get
you had
Well
12 of them,
Someday
and I used them all.
and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday
It's changed the balloons now! I did that one the first time, and now it did that one. So every time I boot the game, it's gonna have those ones now instead of those ones.
Or
Poggers.
actually, maybe I should have gone with... No. No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
This is interesting seeing what he does when you do these for the second time.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for... You see? Isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both...
Yes, they
said
did. I didn't
something
say a
that
thing,
didn't
Mr.
mean.
Narrator.
Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite?
Mostly infinite.
If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready. Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you... Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Oh gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow, okay, yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability in marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Oh.
Is the, teleport button not working? You sure?
Oh my God.
I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing? Well, I suppose...
Oh, I see. Hello.
There is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of it together.
Twinkie Twinkie Tally Poom, how I wonder how you are.
I'm good, Icy. How are you? My streamer bot broke, so a bunch of shit doesn't work, but I've fixed 95% of it. Some of the sounds aren't playing, and I don't know why. It's giving me like a glitch, so I'm gonna need to put them in a new folder and reload them in. Some of them work, some of them don't, so I can't explain why. No clue. Many of the ones that are in folders. Yeah, that won't work. I'm going down a hole.
Get in the maid outfit, Kusaki.
Ooh. Meow, 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 meow. You guys want to help me test all the sounds? They're all in the about section. Okay, Meekwell doesn't work. Alright. Nixie doesn't work. Joel doesn't work. Zip works. How do those ones break? Okay. Z, Ahmed, start. What the fuck? What the hell? I'm gonna redo those commands just completely. Ari doesn't work. That's so weird. Lazuli doesn't work. Pepper doesn't work. Okay, I'm gathering all of them don't work. Neb doesn't work. Yeah, Icy works, the rest don't. The fuck's up with that? I'm a cat. Meow.
Richer.
Scondi the Scondi.
I will not say pause.
Okay, I need to delete those ones and redo them. That's cool. I figured out how to do it. Change your hairstyle.
I will not say pause.
My head's stronger. Now you're no longer.
I did this with the bucket the first time. The bucket just sits in the corner.
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley! Oh good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you
let me out of the
really
hole.
truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here.
Let
in
me
this
out.
hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodlepip.
Is that it? Mash G. David, thank you for the resub.
Aussie 250 love Aussie
250
250 love
Aussie
250 love Aussie 250 love.
Alright, I'm gonna re-add. Dun, 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 dun. I will check if any of the other ones work. Integration? I don't know. Platform, switch, events. Yes. Go to. I need to just test something.
Hey, you want to see something cool?
Okay, that works. Does this work? Okay, that one. That works. It's just the sounds. It's just the sound.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him.
All right, that works. Does this work? Yes. Okay, it's literally just the sounds. Weirdly, don't work for Pats. I'm gonna remove Pats. Delete sub action. Yes. Add sub action. Sound. Play. That works. Okay. Alright, which one? Trifecta needs another one. Delete. B. Yes. Oh yeah, it's weird. I just have to redo the sounds, hey.
This is the most obnoxious thing I've ever experienced in my life.
Oh, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. Crashed.
He's just standing there.
Ryder! Hello.
Menacingly.
Okay, maybe I'll just, maybe I'll just do the sounds later. Maybe I'll just do the sounds like that's so weird why it just does that, hey? How are you doing, Ryder? Oh, that works. That works. Yeah, it just crashed, which is weird. I'm gonna have to redo some of those. That's fine. I'll just write that down. Meowdy. Yeah, I'm not sorting it out now. Rest of it's all good. Let's do this.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
All right. Can I get the bucket again? Will it let me get the bucket again? I want my bucket. No. No, I can't get my bucket again. That was Bioshock. That was Bioshock. I haven't played Bioshock Infinite in years. No buckets for couscous. It's Sag. Alright, well, I guess I can't do any of the other new features because I've been here already. Now what? I reckon when I respawn, I'll get it.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to?
Yes.
Ready to move on now?
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I forgot about that, Ryder. You're right. It is, isn't it?
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features?
I haven't
Yes,
had Red
know it's
Rooster
not
in
exactly
years,
clear
I see.
yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it
Content.
coheres into a meaningful
Content.
gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's
Yes.
sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Version 2. Oh dear.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game.
Integrity.
Could it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising
Will it be the Stanley Parable
conviction,
4 now?
This is the Stanley Parable 2.
Because I've already done the 2
Let me
bit,
see if
made
I
it
can
3.
look something up.
Will it be 4 now?
All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Or will it go back to 2? Ah, sick. It goes back to 2. Hog. All right, has there been anything else that we haven't found yet?
All of his co-workers
Those have
were
changed,
gone.
though.
What could it mean?
Get well someday.
Stanley
Oh,
decided to go
I'm
to the
quite
meeting
hungry,
room.
actually.
Perhaps
Sorry.
he had simply missed a memo.
I haven't had dinner yet. Or lunch. I had breakfast.
Is Stanley, without the bucket, really Stanley at all? No, no, surely not. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
Okay, which area haven't we gone yet? What if we went to the phone and unplugged it?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this... No, never mind.
The bucket was wrong.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Get well sometime.
Said the bucket.
Don't go to the
In the meeting room.
Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Yeah, we unplugged it, but we didn't have the bucket that time. That's what I'm curious about.
Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Green ray.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to.
What happens
think
if I
about this
die
obvious fact. He was
while
firmly
holding the
convinced
bucket,
that the bucket had spoken to him.
Should I try
and
that
he
real quick?
unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Kill myself? Oh, room check, everyone. Did I jump? You're a shrimp. No, you're a shrimp.
In here,
said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
I want to see what it does if I jump off.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
That's funny.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Hold the
Perhaps he had
phone.
simply missed a memo.
What? What? Why is it the left way?
As Stanley lifted his bucket, he felt a connection to all buckets everywhere. This adventure, he decided, was for all of them. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
Why was that
and
opposite?
entered the door on his left.
What? What the fuck?
This was not the correct way.
Alright,
to
I'll
meet
try
him.
the other thing I was gonna do.
Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Alright, I'll go try unplugging the phone.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Good,
said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up
Something
there
I
I
need
need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to.
Buckets can
think about
talk
this
now.
obvious fact.
This bucket
He
can, and
was
I love
firmly
this bucket.
convinced that
This
the
is my
bucket
bucket.
had
You can't take
spoken
this
to
bucket
him,
away from
and
me,
he
chat. Don't take this bucket
unthinkingly
away from me.
did whatever the bucket asked.
In here,
said the bucket.
go into this dark room over here. Now pick up the phone,
said the bucket. Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket. Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm dunny with the funny."
I'm dunny with the funny.
I'm dunny with the funny now.
I'm dunny with the funny. I'm dunny with the funny.
This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even
Please laugh, Chad, this was a joke. Please laugh, Chad, this was a joke.
Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence and who very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
What?
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then.
What?
So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back. I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Oh,
what absurd.
What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now.
I think we did.
Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No
the
need to
bucket
overthink
spoke.
things.
Thanks for the boop.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
I really want to go on the one on the right.
What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point. A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the 2 doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my... Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Should I go to the right again, chat? Or should I go to the left?
What? We're back at the phone already? No. Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Hello?
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes.
I've done
Let me
it!
try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame? Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal, I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional
More
videos.
instructional video.
Let's see.
I think I've done it. I've done most of the endings I wanted to find.
All of his co-workers were gone.
I just don't understand why this is going to the left.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
It's really weird.
What mysteries lay in store for our bucket-loving heroes today? Let's find out.
I'm gonna go to the
Stanley
left now.
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I think anything will be...
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the
Okay, I
bucket
think I've
walked
done it. I don't
upstairs
think
to
there's
the
anything else
boss's
to really
office.
find. I think we've covered pretty much all the endings. Oh. Why have I never gone in this door before? I thought we were done. Just threw another ending at me at an area I just hadn't looked at yet. He is. Okay, surely there's a point to this. Maybe I just need to keep repeating this. Let's find out.
Nothing but Mellotron.
Okay, I don't think this is a... I just quickly read, there's no endings via this. There's a 100-penny screen rate. That's funny, there's no endings with that.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. crushed, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Thank you for the follow, Thunder Fox. Right, I'm gonna try one. Ugh. Oh. Frankie's hell yeah.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall. Now, what to do next, Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here. So they set up a little couch and relaxed. It really wasn't so bad down here, a bit cold perhaps. After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was craving paninis. But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all. He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning. It unsettled the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail. All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending. This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually.
Oh my god.
It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh. Ow! Why did that swap again? Hang on, there was one I was looking.
Now this, Stanley thought to himself, this is a bucket. And indeed it was. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Put yourself in the bucket. I'll put Mega in the bucket.
Stanley
Mega in the bucket.
bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever.
Thank you for the follow,
Perhaps his
Outcast
boss's
Stars.
office was where he'd coming to a staircase. Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Thank you. I am a puma.
Stepping into his manager's office.
No, it didn't work. Hang on. How do I do that? The doors.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
All right.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting.
Finally, yes, the bucket. Yes, yes, yes. I love that bucket.
What? The fuck? What?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
Why was that different? That confused the fuck out of me.
Left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Alright. Did that work? No, I don't want to go down there. Okay. Okay, it says quickly enter and leave the boss's office. Enter, leave. Hi, Fluffy Dog.
Stepping into his manager's
Fuck.
office, Stanley was once again...
Hang on. I'm not doing this right, am I? Okay, I'm stepping too fast, apparently.
stunned.
I want to try and get the secret ending.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. No, the orders were still missing. For now.
What? Oh.
One man, one bucket, one chance to seize their destiny together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
By the 9. He hit the dad.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever.
It's the
Perhaps
host.
his boss's office was where he'd... Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I gotta go like this. And back.
Stepping into the manager's office.
I gotta do it. I gotta do it.
Gone. What could it mean?
Why is this so
Stanley decided
hard?
to go to the meeting room. It's bucket time.
It's bucket time. Fuck.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly.
Alright, it
to his
says
chest
exit Stanley's
and
room.
entered
At
the
the
door
2
on his
doors, pick the one on the left. Once you get to the staircase, go up to the boss's office.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Hang on. I'm gonna see if I'm entering the right section. Okay, cool.
Stepping in.
By George. He's done it. Oh! Fog! Time to clock out, Stanley.
Great.
Great. It's very fun. How you going, Plastic Cyborg? Which floor was it? 760? There we go. Stanley. Stanley, it's getting weird now. No, go in with the bucket. Go in with the bucket. No! No, Stanley. Stanley, why? That's so sad. Fucking hell. There was absolutely enough room. This is just like the argument with fucking what's his face? This is basically the argument with the Titanic.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go
Hi,
to the
Jabroni.
meeting
How you
room.
doing?
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Aha! Okay, next one. Aha! Secrets. I'm just, at this point, because I've explored everything on my own that I can find without looking it up, I'm just looking up a couple of endings.
There? Stanley wondered to himself.
Because I would have
Minutes?
never
Days?
found this one.
Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors...
Yeah! I've got a tail emote now. There was not enough light boats, but there was enough room on that door. There was absolutely enough room on the door.
Not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Cookie. Oh! Oh, I'm dancing! Okay, we have computer just before the boss's office. Ah, in the game again.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Hang on.
What could it mean?
Whoa.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Why is it blue?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office.
Is it blue?
But it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Why is it blue? I'm good. I'm good. How are you, Jabroni? Is it blue? I didn't realize they could change.
When Stanley came to a set...
No. Start again.
All of his
434. 434. 434.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
434.
No matter how hard Stanley looked.
There we go. Start again. Man, I would have never have found this if I didn't know. Okay, ready? Welcome to Zombok. Can you hear the choir? They're going, push the buttons. Push the buttons. By the nine. He hit the dad. Thank you for the host, Mega. Okay, so I've just read the only way you could end it is by just going back. That's fucking funny. Broom closet in. Ooh. Okay, hang on. Broom closet ending.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Alright, I have to stay in the broom closet.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet.
Ow.
He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way.
Ow.
As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Yeah, I don't know. I just never thought to just stay in here.
You realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Hey, yo.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
My God, he's just gonna keep roasting me, isn't he?
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shuts down your central nervous
Yeah,
system.
you really
and
can,
you
though.
collapsed on the
Look
keyboard.
at in.
Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their
Hello,
corpse
Pingo the
from
fallacy.
the
How you
area
going?
and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is
It's
not
not lost on them.
All right. When you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
All right.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Okay, let's restart the game and do it again.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You guys ready for the narrator to?
Yet there was not a
Oh,
single
I've gone with
person
the
here
bucket
either.
before, and he talks about how
Feeling
much
a
the
wave
bucket
of
loves the.
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his... Oh no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Oh my god, fucking. Thanks for the 500 bits. That scared the shit out of me.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs.
Fuck. Alright. Hold the phone.
It's bucket time. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
Thanks for the 500
and
bits,
entered
Crip.
the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his... Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and
They really
lifelong
did.
friend. You can't hand it over. Oh no.
Thanks for the pats.
Getting into name calling now, it seems. Is this
Spicy
how low
boober?
the broom closet has sunk that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom
you go.
closet
Welcome
has the
on in.
gall to imply
I made that emote, by
that
the
you
way.
and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends, that your relationship is purely superficial and convenient, that your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it. Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here
Oh,
we
the
go.
farts aren't working too. I'll fix it. Oh,
There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering
Amazing.
philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things. All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see, I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker. You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
oh, he left. Hog. All right, that's Gonna quickly see if there's anything else that I haven't got. Closet, elevator. Ow! Okay, I think I've done it. I think I've done most of the endings. Completionist ending.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I have done that one where he's just like, he's just
Stepping
figured out how to
into
do
the
it.
manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional...
Alright. I think I've gotten... another ending. The room starts blue, apparently. Figurines ending. Skip button ending. Okay, I think I've pretty much, except for the one that I have to have random RNG with, I think we've done them all. Yeah, I've done that one, Velveta, yeah. Done the vent ending, art ending. The other ending I have to do will take me 4 hours, and I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Rocket League. That it. Ending. The phone one. It's called the whiteboard ending. The one with the 4 hours one. Yeah. Just because I was making sure, because I'm pretty sure I had everything, but there was a couple like the computer one, which I wouldn't have been able to figure out without a guide. I wasn't following a guide till like about 20 minutes ago. Don't play for 10 years. I could do that. Fusion ending. I've done that. Powerful ending. Yep. Apartment ending. Yep. Stanley ending. Yep. "24 hours on a Tuesday? What the fuck? How am I gonna do that?" Alright, we'll do one more ending. How do I get the skip button? Whoa, why didn't that play? Hang on.
Dr. Pebble.
Dr. Pebble. Thanks for the biddies, Icy. Skip button ending. Okay, I'm gonna try the skip ending again. Because apparently,
blew outside and perhaps rain
apparently, I think Velveta, you said that there was too much. Oh, the thing stuff. Hi Hex, welcome in. I'm gonna try the new content ending with the memory zone and try the skip button thing and not skip it this time. That's the only one I wanted to re-see, because apparently I skipped all the shit because I hit the button too fast.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable and about how roundly disappointing this.
You have to do a couple of endings and then the door
The original Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Okay, we'll do this bit again.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few
Oh, you
minor
need to finish the
additions?
epilogue
Think of all
again.
the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely
And turn it into
new
the Stanley
experience
Parable
built
3.
from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can
I'm gonna do the
loosely
skip
organize
ending
a
one more time
handful
and
of
then
interesting
Fuji.
concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Yeah, you did. I went back to the
Calling it
search
Stanley
console and it
Parable
let me
2
change
is
the name
just
to
so
Stanley
much
Parable
catchier
3,
than Ultra
a
Deluxe,
pocket full of
don't you
monkeys.
think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic
I wonder if I can turn it
statement.
into Stanley
All right,
Parable 4.
Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Hey, don't take the bucket with me. Should be able to do this. Alright, we'll
So,
just wait for this bit
what do you
to go
think?
through.
Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul.
Right.
It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay.
Get Stanley Parable 20.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable
Parable
2.
2. 36 jumps remaining.
Well,
I've already done
I
this
mean,
twice.
there's potential
You
here, right?
need to do a
It's
couple more
sort
endings to
of-
get the epilogue
okay,
for
never
this
mind.
room to come back again.
Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes.
Show you what I mean
yes,
after this.
This is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care
With respect.
for the vision and
Tastefully,
integrity
of
of the original
course.
game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, this is the
Stanley Parable
2.
2.
Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Okay, so I've done the new content. Exit Stanley's office, then crawl into the vent.
This
Exit Stanley's office and crawl into the vent.
All of his co-workers were gone. What
Where's
could
the
it
vent?
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where's the vent? Go for real. Where's the vent? Where's the vent? Where's the? Can you not access that area once you've done it once? Maybe
Stanley
that's it.
went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
That's what I reckon it is. Ah, yeah, okay, that makes sense. It's because I've done the epilogue already. I've completed it all already. That makes sense. Good to menu. Alright, we'll do this and then we're done. Yeah, I've done that one, Darth. That one's funny. Stanley is Moses? Stanley is Moses. Stanley is I see. Yes. Getting it. Oh! Yes, on the chair. My chair! Yeah, I remember that bit.
He's just standing there, menacingly!
Yeah, I don't think I can do the skip more than once. That's fine. I'll go look that up later. Oh, wow, really?
Stanley.
At the sky. Stanley versus Skeleton. Stanley Parable 4. The skeleton. Hooray! We made a new game! The Stanley Parable 4. Stanley versus the Skeleton! Stanley versus the... Nothing else changes except the title. That's it. That's it. That's it. Stanley versus Skellyman! Stanley versus Skellyman! Oh my god, chat. That's fucking great. Anyway, everyone, I've heckin' played this game for 3 hours now. Had a good stream. This was fun. Time for new content. We're gonna go raid someone. Raid someone. Right? It's funny as hell. Okay, chat, let's do this. We are going to raid someone. Who should I raid? Ooh. Okay, I don't think I've ever gotten to be able to raid them because they don't usually stream when I stream. I don't usually stream when I stream. So, let's do this. Okay. Here's the raid message. Yo, I'm gonna chuck you guys Matasaur. She is playing Tekken Valheim. I never get to raid her because she's usually not on at this time of the day and that sort of stuff. So, thought I may as well do it. So, everyone, Tekken, let's do the Puma raid. I will quickly plug my Twitter. Follow me there. Join my Discord if you want to keep in touch with me after streams and see where I'm streaming next. And if you want to listen to my DJ mixes, which I have another one coming up at the end of this month, go check out my Mixcloud. Other than that, everyone, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye!
Grey Dwarf. Oh, I said Grey Dwarf, come back here. Have you seen my axe?
Kusaki!
Kusaki.
Puma raid!
Kustinky, more like it. Haha, got him.
Oh boy. Hello, Kusaki. Welcome in. Oh my goodness. Puma raid! Puma raid!
Oh my god.
Hi everybody. How you doing?